go all the way out, come right back in. I'll be right back.
All right.
Pittsburgh Steelers fans, thanks for joining us for another Wednesday night episode of the Pump Your Brakes podcast. I'm one of your co-hosts, one of your tri-hosts, one of three. I'm your boy Tate with the homie, the triple OG Shannon White in the building with the new exclusive PYB banner hanging up in the corner. Check it out, everybody. What's up, Shannon?
Hey, Brother Tate. Just my wife was able to earn it, and she said we can put it up now.
you ain't putting up no junky looking stuff in her house.
That's right. That's right.
Big G, who got corner time already, man?
Hey, man. I've been in these streets betting a lot here lately, man. I've been tearing it up. So I'm letting you know right now, I'm going to owe a lot of corner time on PYB. And on the Homies podcast, if some things don't go right with me. And that starts and ends with the Steelers. So Pittsburgh, don't have me in the corner this year. If that happens, I'll be over there in Acrisure Stadium, and me and Coach Tomlin going to be moving some furniture around. Because I'm not going to the corner for all of that. I'm not doing it.
I got my money on Tomlin.
He never lets me down, Tate. He never lets me down.
I'm saying if you talk about moving furniture, I got my money on Coach T.
Oh, he's cooked. Messing with me, he's cooked, man. He's cooked.
He a little older than you.
Yeah, but I got him.
Only by about 6 months.
He just needs to make sure that the Steelers don't let me down, because I'm telling you, I've bet more corner time this season than I've ever bet my whole life. And I got a whole lot of corner time for the Steelers. So don't let me down, Pittsburgh, because I'm not going. If I go with my back to the camera, I'll be in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I got a meeting with some board members, and me and Mr. Rooney gonna have to have a sit down. We're gonna have to have a conversation and me, Coach Tomlin, gonna be moving some furniture. So I'm not going to. If I go with my back to the camera, somebody's getting it, and I don't know who it is. But I'm telling them right now.
Shannon, I like the new threads, the Lost Boy shirt.
Yeah, they got it for me on my birthday.
Okay, I think you should let Big G borrow it because he lost most of the time.
No, never lost
in these streets.
I'm an '80s baby, and this is the other one of my favorite movies.
Hey, we talked about the Rockies the other night.
Mm-hmm.
Shannon, which one your favorite Rocky, Big G?
4.
Yeah, I said the same thing.
I like 3 though too.
I like them all. I'm just saying, yeah. I like 2 better than 1. But like Shannon said, 1 started it.
Yep.
Any more than I watch 1, I know it's gonna have. I know it's gonna happen in all of them. It just seemed like it moves so slow compared to the other ones, and because it was made in like '76, the color and stuff is not as vivid.
Mm-hmm.
As what
that's true.
Was, I like to see that Italian stallion black and gold like Shannon had on the other night.
Yeah, I need that shirt. I'm getting it.
How's he gonna get it? You gonna ask him when you bought it, or you gonna take his shirt?
Listen, technology is amazing. All I seen was the picture, and I know the Google. I found that sucker already. I already found it. I seen it. I was like, I was in y'all show on Monday, and out there in them streets acting up. And I was paying attention to everything going on there, not just the live chat, but I was listening to some other stuff too. And I saw that shirt. I said, oh yeah, I'm about to get me one of them. Yeah, that shirt go hard.
Italian stallion throwback.
Yeah, I'm getting it. Yep. Google's amazing.
I got a lot of good comments about that.
Yeah.
That was a hit. Yes.
Yeah,
Hopefully this will be too.
Yeah, I like the Lost Boys. It go hard.
I think Rocky 3 is came out at 82. It's like over 40 years old, man.
Mm-hmm.
The original.
That's the first one I seen live.
Mm-hmm.
Wow,
In the theater, yeah.
Into the show to see it with your cousin.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who's your cousin?
Who?
That was my cousin Daryl, and I think it was his friend Chris and me went and watched that one.
Steeler fans?
Chris is, but my cousin Daryl's not.
Who's Daryl like?
He lives in North Carolina, so he roots for the Panthers.
Okay. Well, he's been to a Super Bowl since we last been to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's true.
He got that one. But fellas, let's shout out some of the peeps in the live chat, man. Big G, shout your folks out, man. Well, first one. Let me get the first one. The General. After in the building.
Yeah, what's up? What's up, Jay Steed? What's up? It's Shea Burger. What's up, Brandon Watson? What's up, Jared Devil? What's up, Jeremiah Yoder? Let me see who else over there. It's a whole bunch. I think I saw AFL 67.
Father, NSNC 99, Trevor
Remy in there. That's Trevor Remy. From the Bean, Tate, that's Trevor Remy.
What up, Trevor? Say Rom, though. RHM.
Yeah,
you just tell me who it is, though.
Yeah, I know who that is.
Okay. Shout out to the homie Trevor from the 419.
Steelers Nation Australia is there. NSMC 99 is in the building. FJ 3000.
Steelers Girl 277.
Yeah, Brandon Watson, Jack Bauer. Yeah, it's a lot of Luke K. What's up, Luke?
What up, Big G?
Yeah, Luke K's there. Andre, yeah, I see Andre Coleman there. And we got a lot of folks, man. Kevin Osborne. There's a lot of people in there, bro. A lot of people.
All right, so it should be a lot of thumbs up. We 6 minutes into the show. We got 88 people in here. We got 32 thumbs up.
Why you think I've been holding the algorithm song up for the last 2.5, 3 minutes, man? I'm trying to get the rhythm
from looking at your grill. I thought that's what you was doing us a favor.
No way. No way. No way. Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, fellas. Well, we're going to talk about real quick, and I'm just going to give the audience a rundown on how we're going to do it. We're going to talk about the latest on the Brandon Ayuk trade. We all probably tired of it. We just want something to happen. Whether it's the Steelers or we stay at the 49ers. But we're going to talk about that real quick. We're going to cut the break. We're going to come back, and we're going to talk about the last day at Latrobe, and each of us going to have some winners and losers. It can be as bottom of the roster as you want, or as high up on the roster as you want. Mm-hmm. Talk about that. Take one more quick break and come back and preview the preseason game 2 with the Buffalo Bills. And obviously, when we talk about the last day of training camp going into tomorrow, we're going to talk about the joint practice they're going to be holding tomorrow too. What we looking for in that. Then we're going to preview the game and talk about who might play where, who might play how long, who you want to see somebody on the Steelers go up against somebody for Buffalo. That kind of chat. Y'all cool with that?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Well, the Brandon Ayuk saga continues.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got a super chat already.
What he said?
Go ahead and read it.
Brandon Diaz, man, what's cracking, man? Thank you for the $1.99. He said, at this point, Ayuk isn't worth the headache. IMO. That's what he says.
I tend to agree, but I don't think Ayuk is a headache for us. He's more of a headache for the 49ers. He's their player. He's not. We put a deal out there. We're just waiting to see what what's his name? Lynch.
John Lynch.
John Lynch. We're just waiting to see what John Lynch in the front office say. So it's not really a headache for us. I mean, us fans, we're like, we teeter on, is it gonna happen? Isn't it gonna happen? So yeah, to us, we want to know. But Omar Khan, it sounds like, has made a firm offer, put an offer on the table, and is not backing down. And the 49ers are going to do whatever they're going to do. Shannon, what you hearing about it before I go to Big G? Because I know he got something. He got a little little 49er buddy out there in 49er land.
What he's talking about is there's so many fans that's so invested in whether this happens or not.
Yeah, I agree.
They act like this is Super Bowl or bust. If they get him the Super Bowl, if not, they're not even going to make the playoffs. I mean, and Con, he ain't sweating it. He's just sitting back saying, take it or leave it. And I could care less either way. I mean, because I think they're fine the way it is. If they get him, then, I mean, I'm trusting them that they're making the right decision.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of people that are losing their mind over this. So that's who it's really affecting.
Mm-hmm.
With one caveat, I think they all right if they get him or they don't. If they don't, the only place we're not all right is if we don't get anybody else and George Pickens gets hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, there's the chance. I mean, what if Jefferson for the Vikings gets hurt? What if? I mean, you can say that about a lot of teams.
Oh yeah, but I mean, we got one guy. The Jefferson before today was running with the kid from Pitt. What's his name?
Addison.
Jordan Addison.
Yeah, Jordan Addison. He got hurt today. Yeah, but they at least had him as a fallback.
Shannon, what
it
you
was
said
just an ankle. That the ACL report was not right.
Oh, Addison?
No.
I don't think he's going to be out all year.
Okay, well that's what I heard. He's going to be out all year, but
I don't think that's accurate.
But yeah, so I mean, if Pickens gets hurt for a month, is Jefferson our guy? I mean,
no, absolutely not.
That's where I think is the only way. Like we don't need him. We need somebody. You don't have to be a $32 million guy. You know what I mean? It could be we could trade for. I don't know. I don't want CD Lamb either. I think that's just talk, but it's speculation about that. He gonna want more than Ayuk.
Facts, big facts.
But yeah, so what I've heard today,
and I don't think he's a great fit with Pittsburgh.
I don't either. He's not physical enough. He's a finesse receiver.
We got another super chat, Tate. Brandon Diaz again. Brandon, thank you for the Bill 99, bro.
Diaz, yeah, thanks. Go ahead, Big G.
Part 2. We need a solid WR2, not a WR1. That's GP's job. I don't disagree, Brandon. I think that we do need a solid GP wide receiver 2. We might have it on the roster. Time will tell. Time will see. But I know where most Steeler fans are feeling somewhat anxious because this talk has been back and forth. And Shannon, you prefaced this last week. This talk for a trade for a player for the Pittsburgh Steelers is unheard of. But this is the new normal of the NFL. There are team players that want to come and play for Coach Tomlin based on the culture. Coach Tomlin transitioned with the culture of being a player-friendly coach. So this is the new normal. You're going to hear every year about guys trying to barter and push their way to Pittsburgh. But the thing that's just made it bad is how long it's went on for. And so all of us who do the reporting, who follow the team, who do all kinds of stuff with the Steelers behind the scenes that people don't know, we have fatigue. So we have fatigue. The average fan has fatigue as well. There's a lot of fatigue out there concerning this story.
We were talking backstage, G, and we said it's kind of coming something similar to like the NBA.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Well, there's the deal is, and see, all of the traditional football fans that's out there, they're used to the owners and the teams having the most power. What has happened with the new NFL is transition to player power. Players have bartering chips, and the threat to sit out is real. You know, and yeah, I know it costs them, and I know they get fines, and I know that all that other stuff. But at the end of the day, the players have power, and they're going to leverage their power to put them in position to either A, get the bag, or B, go where they want. The perfect storm is I get to go where I want and I get the bag. So, you know, I get it what Ayuk's doing because ultimately he has the power to do it.
If you look at the 49ers roster, and after next season, they have so many guys they got to pay that it's over half their roster that's coming due. And we're talking about they ain't even paying a top quarterback right now like they're getting ready to. They know that this window is maybe this year.
Yeah.
So Auk knows that, and he's forcing their hand.
Mm-hmm.
And he felt underappreciated with the offer that they were giving him. So we're getting a little bit of, he realizes the leverage that it's now or never for the 49ers. And it's a little ego too.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels good to be wanted. The Steelers are going to give him the deal he wants. He get to play with Tomlin. So, like you said, he has more leverage than he normally would.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He wait, first shout out to my family. Shout out to my cousin T. What's up, cuz? Thanks for getting in here with us. I know you a Steeler fan in enemy territory in Cleveland. We appreciate you. I was gonna say he watched everybody else get paid though. He was there when Kittle got paid, when Debo got paid, when McCaffrey got paid,
George Kittle,
Bosa.
Mm-hmm. He's seen them all.
Seen them all.
They've all gotten the bag.
So he like, why when it's my turn, y'all tripping like this?
Mm-hmm. Because they're strapped. They're strapped. The game of chicken with Brandon Ayuk is going to pay off for him one way or the other. Either he's going to get to go play where he wants to, which really is Pittsburgh, or he's going to get the bag that he wants. Now, I want to preface this thing about the bag. Even if San Francisco gives him $32 million, it's nowhere equivalent of making 28 to 28 and a half that he would make in Pittsburgh because the sales tax. And for all of the average fans that don't know, NFL players get paid 18 times a year.
Probably not the sales tax, probably the state tax.
The state tax, but they get paid 18 times. That's it. They get 18 checks. That check is taxed at the place where you play your game, where you provide services. It's called the athlete clause as far as taxes goes. So because like if a plumber went across state lines and performed a job and he charged $200, there'd be no way to track it. But an NFL player is well documented. So by a guy like San Francisco who has California has huge tax. Right, so he's going to have to pay the tax when he plays the Rams. When he goes up to Seattle, tax it's down to Arizona, is tax. That money is not equivalent. The equivalent 28 and a half in Pittsburgh is like 36 in San Fran. Tate, we got another super chat.
Yeah, I know. I was waiting on you to get done bloviating.
That's the last king of Scotland. He came in,
Last
he always
go ahead. Thanks, Last King of Scotland, for the $1.99 super chat, man. We appreciate you being here with us on the Pump Your Brakes Wednesday night. We Big G gonna read your comment after Big G after we read it and talk about whatever we need to talk about real quick. We're gonna cut the break.
Bet. Last King of Scotland says, players ain't got no damn power in the NFL. That is not facts. Players go back and talk to players that played in the 90s. First of all, go back and talk to the guys that played in the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s, even the 2000s, and ask them how much more power the guys have now versus then. They have a whole lot of power.
They do, but they just now starting to assert some power. I agree with them from that perspective. I mean, they watch these NBA players do it for so long, and the TV money going to go up in a crazy amount in the next couple of years. And I mean, some of these contracts are not even going to look bad.
Right. You better pay them now.
They have the power to do something stupid. I mean, Le'Veon Bell, Antonio Brown, it destroyed their careers, but it hurt the Steelers too. So their stubbornness, maybe you say they won. I think they lost, but players have more power now than they used to because they have that option. You can't make nobody do nothing. And if they're willing to set out the year like Bell did.
It went from the holdout to the hold in. They take things up to the last possible minute or whatever it is they got to do. Some people get fined. They don't have to pay the fines. They know the team's not going to necessarily all make them pay the fine.
They backtrack,
I heard Jamar Chase was holding in, but now he's not even coming to practice.
Nope, because they ain't negotiating with him about his bread. And Cincinnati, you should pay him. Because guess what? If they don't pay him this year, oh my God, next year's going to cost them $10 million extra. It's going to cost them it's going up. The quarterbacks went up. The wide receivers went up. It's going to cost you bread. So you need to sign your player now.
I agree. Yeah, CBA is much more for the players' favor than it has ever been before.
Absolutely.
I agree with that AFL 67 and Steel Dog than it ever has before, but still the owners still getting a lot of big bread.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, real quick, we're gonna cut out of here. If you're watching on YouTube, we're not going nowhere. We just have to take a quick break for the audio side, pay a few bills, hear a few words from our partners, and we'll be right back after this. And we're back on the Pump Your Brakes podcast on your Wednesday night favorite Steeler podcast on the Steel Curtain Network. We were going to talk about training camp.
Mm-hmm.
So today's the last day of Latrobe. I remember we talked on the day that they reported the eve before, the Wednesday before the Thursday they started practice.
Mm-hmm.
They reported 3 weeks ago today on Wednesday, I believe.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
So after these 3 weeks, I believe 15, 16 practices, about half of them padded, half of them not. Getting out there on that grass at St. Vincent's College between the white lines. Big-G, who did well for themselves?
I would say definitely. You saw. Now let me preface this. Are you saying about today's practice or the final practice or total camp? Which way you talking about?
I'm talking about the totality of camp. I mean, somebody could have did good today, but in big picture, who did well for themselves?
DeMarvin Leal right off the back. DeMarvin Leal and Montravius Adams, both of those guys as far as the defensive line. Those two guys put themselves in position where they're going to get meaningful snaps this year for the Pittsburgh Steelers on defensive line. There was questions about whether or not those two players would even make the team. But overall for the camp, outstanding as far as the defensive line. And in my opinion, too, the other guy is Darnell Washington. I think there was questions out there concerning the IU trade. Would the Steelers be willing to part ways with Darnell Washington? And Darnell Washington solidified his position as possibly not just the 2 tight end, but possibly looking at 1A and 1B. Russell Wilson hit Darnell Washington with a cold-blooded pass today. I don't know if y'all can see the highlights and all whatever else. You know, I got feet on the ground over there. And they said Darnell Washington, it was nasty. Russell was out there cooking today too. He was cooking.
I heard Russ look really good today. I heard he hit Darnell Washington in the press scrum. He was talking about what an athlete he is to be that big.
Mm.
Shannon, you know, I let Big-G go first. Of course, he took too many. He took 3, not 2. Taken from us. But go ahead, Shannon. Who you got as a winner at camp? Through camp thus far.
Well, I could mention about 6 guys, probably minimum.
Yeah,
but
G good too. Let's give
on the offensive side, well, I want to give 4 or 5 like Big-G did. And I thought that Van Jefferson impressed me, and that he is a professional route runner. He's much faster than everybody give him credit for because he's able to get separation, and he's made some big plays all through camp. Now, I know camp's not over, but he is the guy that I feel comfortable with running at number 2. And, you know, like I said, it's going to be a committee. So I feel very confident, more confident about him now than I did at the start of camp. The other guy on offense would be Mason McCormick. Just the fact that he's well ahead of where any of us expected him to be coming out of the FBS. Is that what it is? And I think that he's definite future starting material. And I'm looking forward to watching him this week at practice and in the game. On defense, the first two guys that come to mind, one of them, of course, was DeMarvin Leal. But as Big G said, he's really surprised us all, if we're being honest. I thought he was a cut candidate. So my defensive guy is Corey Trice. Since Dante Jackson has been injured and hasn't been able to practice, we've seen him get his first action in the first preseason game. And I thought he looked really good. He broke down. He tackled well. But this week at camp, they've said they've matched him up with Pickens, with Freiermuth, with Austin and Jefferson. I mean, he's getting everybody. And he is holding his own and then some. He had a big pass breakup one-on-one today going up against Pickens. And so as much as I'd like to say Beanie, I've been really impressed with Corey Trice. I think he is kind of locked up the backup outside corner position. And his future, he's another future starter.
Okay, I agree with everything both of you guys said. I guess, I don't have low-hanging fruit like you guys did going first and second. I'm gonna take Justin Fields. I think Justin Fields has surprised me with the opportunity that he got. I still think Russ is gonna be a starter.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. I just think he's shown improvement from what a lot of us as fans may have thought we were getting from Chicago. I think he showed, improvement in his footwork and his in the pocket balance with his throwing and his lower torso. He's showing that he can process and read defenses, and he has a great long ball. And he gets to be an understudy to Russ for this season. And like you said all along, Big G, they'll have a package that he gets in there.
Every game.
So I like Justin Fields for one of mine. And on defense, I probably would go with Watt. Ryan Watt. I like him.
I think he's Watts, ain't he?
Watts. Yeah, Watts.
Yeah.
Yes. I think he makes the team. I think he's a combo nickel back and a strong safety. So Coach Tomlin and Terrell Austin, they like that versatility. So he can do a lot of things. So I think he makes the team. He's a 6th-round pick, so that's impressive.
Definitely.
I think the Steelers are going to go all young. I mean, they got Dante Jackson and Minka and Deshaun Elliott back there. But in the rest of the room, we're looking at Trice. We're looking at Watts.
Trice solidified itself as the third corner too.
What'd you say?
Trice solidified itself as the third corner.
Yeah, I believe with Shannon.
It's solid. It's done.
I'm just saying we're gonna have a young room.
Oh yeah,
because we're gonna keep this talent. Like I was saying, Trice, Bishop, Watts, missing somebody.
Rush.
Yeah, Rush. That's who. Rush. Yeah, so I think we have a young room. That's 4, probably 10. All those young guys. Then, like I said, we got Minka and Elliott and Killebrew, KZ, and then Porter and Jackson.
Cam Sutton when he come off suspension.
And when Cam Sutton come back, I think they might try and move somebody to the practice squad. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. That's the question I got about coming out of camp. The Steelers, do they keep 3 quarterbacks this year, or do they use that for another position? Super chat, I see it, Big G.
You got it.
Or do they use it for another position?
Another position. You can stab the quarterback. You can stash him. He doesn't have to be on the active roster. You don't activate him, and he doesn't have to move up and down as far as the roster is concerned. So that's my thought, Shannon. What you think? Shannon got the
not sure yet. I think that I agree with you that you can't have that emergency quarterback and he could dress, but he doesn't count against the roster spot. Unless it's what he is, an emergency quarterback. But I was going to ask the question real quick. Cam Sutton, if he's suspended the first 8 games, he still counts against the 53, right?
Yes, because he's on the active roster. Yes,
I don't think so.
Yes, he does.
He does?
See, that's what I'm concerned about.
Yeah, on a suspension, you hold a active roster spot. Yes, he does. It's not like him being on the pup or the inactive.
I don't know why they wouldn't. Why would they not waive him now and then pick him up in 8 weeks?
Because somebody else will pick him up.
If they want him, they can have him. I don't think nobody wants him.
Shannon, I don't know about that. I'm a vet.
I would carry him as a roster spot, and he's worthless for 8 weeks.
He didn't have too many suitors before.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Tomlin picked him up. And I'm not saying you're wrong, Big-G. I don't know. I got to look into that though.
I'm looking.
That's a question I don't know the answer.
Read the super chat. I'm looking it up right now.
Ruben Stone, Big Rube, what up, homie? Appreciate the $9.99 super chat, man. Hey, yo, Tate. I think Fields has done a good job with staying in the pocket in this training camp, and that's from having a good old line. Here we go.
They don't count. Man. They don't count against the roster. Just FYI, they don't count.
Thank you.
They do not count. Yep.
So that makes sense to keep him on then. Yeah.
Yeah. Now maybe they can move him to the practice squad. I don't know if they got to do that, but so just that they still have his rights.
But I think that what Fields has done is he's focused on playing from the pocket. And then when the opportunity arises, he showed his legs. The 2 years ago in Chicago, he led all quarterbacks in rushing. Then last year, they're like, we want you to stay in the pocket. And they handcuffed him in Chicago. When he had big games passing, he was lights out. But then other games, they took those quick passes away and they was able to pressure because he didn't have the offensive line. And as Ruben says, now that I think you will have an offensive line, he'll be able to develop.
Anybody that watched the preseason game will realize that Justin was staying in the pocket on purpose. Both of those sacks he took in real game action, he would have never took either one of those sacks. Neither one of them. He would have bolted. He would have bolted.
He was taking a lot of sacks, though. That's the problem. We don't just always want him to bolt judiciously.
Yeah, but I think he would have bolted. Regular season, he was out of there.
I think this game on Saturday, when he gets in, I think at some point you see a 20-yard run at some point. That's why he's in.
Yeah. Well, it's not just going to be wildcat packages like people think. Justin's in the game to keep we're going to go 12 big. So when we go 12 big personnel, Justin's in there to give you a true RPO look. Because when you go 12 big and you have Washington and Freiermuth blocking down, if the linebacker goes with Najee, he's pulling it. He's out of there. 6. All I'm going to say is just imagine Jalen Hurts. Look what Jalen Hurts does for Philadelphia when they get inside the 20-yard line. That's exactly what Justin's going to do for Pittsburgh.
And he can do more than Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Not that he's better from a speed perspective, because he's the bigger, stronger athlete.
Yeah. Well, did you notice that in the game Friday, when the outside containment would collapse really quick on him and had open shots, he just sidearm dropped that ball down to the outside.
Yeah.
Once to Pickens, I think, and once to Harris for good chunks of plays. I mean, something we could not do the last few years. I think Wilson can do it, and I think Fields can do it.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I agree. The threat of the run would have been more with Fields, though.
Yes, yes.
But yeah, now Russ can definitely do it. But you made me think, Big G. And real quick, I want to talk about some matchups y'all want to see in the joint practice. But you made me think when we talking about the receivers, and Shannon mentioned Van Jefferson, and I agree with Shannon because receivers 2 through 5, I think it's going to be predicated on the matchup.
Yes.
You know, so I think George Pickens is number 1. Pat Fryer is always number 2. But that 3, 4, 5 can change. One week it could be Calvin Austin. Next week it could be Darnell Washington. 2 totally different players, 2 totally different body types, 2 totally different positions.
Well, but anybody that thinks that he's just going to play at the X, he's not going to play at the X. They're going to move George Pickens all around the field, bro. He's not going to be standing up in a statue and demand a double team.
I understand that, Big G. I'm talking about from option standpoint for receivers 3, 4, and 5.
Okay, yeah.
It can change every week.
We mentioned
he's always going to be number 1 wherever they move. He always be number 1 option.
Yeah. We mentioned the other night on the Hangover, and I know Big G was in the community and talking that if you really
Shannon, Shannon, just say the streets. Just say
the streets.
Yeah.
If you really pay attention, how many guys were wide open? That Miller was wide open one time. Austin was wide open twice. Pickens running wide open. Last year, you never seen a guy running wide open. You never seen a guy running a 20, 25-yard crosser. You never see, these are things that did not happen.
Facts.
And now that you got a competent offensive coordinator, and I think an offensive line that's going to give the quarterback more than 2 seconds, I think we're going to see a lot of that attack style football because that's all they've been doing at camp.
Yeah. Today was moon ball after moon ball after moon ball.
Yeah.
Man, Russie hit Pickens on a 40-yard moon ball, Tate. And if you would have saw it in live action, you would have been like, Russ. Well, I'm just going to say this. From what I know and what I heard, Russ is definitely the starter. But when I'm telling you he was moonballing that bad baby today, moonballing it.
Yeah.
He was, I mean, on a dime, bro. He was dropping it on a dime.
And I heard, contrary to what has been said and what has probably showed up on tape, he's hitting some passes over the middle, too.
He has. And Fields did.
Right.
And you're not going to have a successful rushing attack, consistent, if you can't back off defenses. And that was the whole point with Canada. Even when they had games that they were running pretty decent, they were still doing against stacked boxes all the time. I don't think they can do it now. I don't think teams can do it anymore.
No.
That's why I think we give, not we, not me, not us, I think, but fans and even other teams' fans. I've been to the barbershop and talk about Najee Harris. Najee been running behind a bad line with no threat of anybody throwing the ball downfield.
Yep.
And has had 3 consecutive 1,000-yard seasons, as tough as it has been. You know? But Big G, no, I'm going to Shannon first because you say too much. Shannon.
What? That's trash. Get that up out of here. That's trash.
Hey Shannon, man, what you want to see from this practice, this joint practice? Like, I mean, you want to see the Steelers secondary work out against Josh Allen? I mean, you want to see how the Steelers O-line, like, what do you want to see?
Well, the Steelers defense obviously matching up with the Bills, who have a good offense, who I think are going to miss Diggs more than everybody realizes. But I'm anxious to see the Steelers offensive line against that Bills defense because the Bills have some beef and some power inside, more than the Texans. And I'm excited that I think Frazier's going to be playing. I think Frazier should have been the starter anyway, but Herbie got banged up today. So I want to see Frazier. We're not going to get to see Fautanu, but, we're going to see the rest of the guys. And I want to see how they handle the power and the aggressiveness from that Bills front seven.
I like that. Big G, what about you, man?
Well, the Bills run 12 heavy personnel just like the Steelers. And I know that
as of this year, after losing Stephon Diggs, they will with Kincaid and Knox.
Yeah, they're going to run heavy 12.
I tried to reach out to remember old Silas Whittle from the Buffalo Bills Coach podcast.
Yeah,
I reached out to him. It's late to see if he could come on and tell us something about Buffalo, but he never got back with me. But go ahead though.
Yeah, but they're going to run heavy 12. So we've been getting looks against 12 team on team. And sometimes when you keep getting the same stuff, it's not fresh. So I want to see how the Steelers defense, especially from the linebacker position, plays against 12 personnel this and through these scrimmage and then through the game. Because I think if they can handle it between the the 8 linebackers that we have at those positions and heavy 12, I think that spells bad for most of the teams that we're going to play against this year that are actually good, like the Baltimore Ravens, like the Kansas City Chiefs that runs more 12 than anybody. Now, they might try to run 11, but we don't know the status of Hollywood Brown. So I want to see that defense against 12. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, I like that too. Another super chat from the homie NSMC 999. Have you seen any tape from DBs in Japan? These guys are legit. Some of these guys could be starters in the league, no joke. We need to get scouts over there. I didn't even really know they play American football in Japan.
Are we talking about flag football?
No.
I don't know.
I never seen helmet pads American football in Japan.
They played it this year. It was our American team got smoked, but that's just because none of the NFL players was playing there. It was like them playing a small college versus professional athletes from Japan. But they do have some what you call physical specimens. They do have physical specimens. They do. They got guys who are avatarish, Shannon, at corner and defensive back. They do have those guys. And they beat a lot of teams down. A lot of teams down this last year. But it was, like I said, it was our team playing against like a college team playing against pros.
But I obviously didn't see because I never seen these other countries that helmet and pads playing football.
I didn't see that. That's not to say that it's not the case. I don't know.
No,
I imagine, like Japanese stature is smaller than American stature in general. You know what I mean? Typically, a defensive back in football is anywhere between 5'10", 175 and 6'2", 215. You know, I don't know if there's a whole lot of Japanese athletes over there. So I'm not saying it's not. I don't know. But yeah. Well, I think the matchup I'm looking forward to, man. I just want to see. I want to see Herbig, Nick, and Moon and Johnson get after Josh Allen early.
You don't think Watt's going to play at all? You don't think Watts or Highsmith's going to play at all? I know Highsmith just got back off the injury, but you don't think they're going to get any snaps?
I don't think Highsmith will.
Yeah,
and Watt, they probably hold him out.
I can see that too. I think the majority of the time, I mean, I think if TJ plays, he probably gets one series. I think Josh Allen plays, this probably be his last preseason game. He probably at least plays the whole first quarter. So I think those guys that are trying to secure a spot, and I think Moon and Johnson are fighting for the same spot. Unless they keep 5. There's a scenario I think Shannon had the other night where they can keep 5 outside linebackers. Right,
Shannon? They're going to keep 5?
I can see it, guys. I'm telling you, we know that Johnson's specialty is his explosiveness and that first step and that bend. And he is just like instant pass rush. He's instant pressure. Just bring him in. And I mean, because he never stops. One thing I love, if he gets run around, he'll just keep looping. He never stops. And Moon, of course, who looks like a young Bud Dupree, has got the length of he sets that edge, and he can get after the quarterback. I think that they might keep 5 and only keep 4 inside.
Ooh, that's a lot in the linebacker room.
That's a lot. It's going to be 9 anyway.
Yeah, I think maybe 4 inside.
He's just saying 4 inside instead of 5. And Johnson and Moon both can play special teams.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay,
so will Peyton Wilson. I think Mark Robinson could be the odd guy out.
Yeah,
I think
that.
Dirty Red and Robertson both might be out.
Mm-hmm.
They could both be out.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the second one of those that will be out when Holcomb comes back.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all been paying attention to, I'm trying to remember his name. Is it Wyndham?
Yeah.
Or it ain't Wyndham, it's Win something. Winman.
Yeah.
Winman. Man, he was when he was in there, I think he's number 45.
Yeah.
When he was in the game, I'm like, who is that? Because he was in on every play.
Mm.
I mean, he was always around the ball and he was just real aggressive. And now they're saying this week in camp, he's looked really good. So he might be a guy that could sneak in there. Practice squad.
Is he the player, the foreign player that they allowed to keep on extra?
No, that guy's name starts with a W. Weiskopf or Welskopf or something.
It's something like that, Shannon. It does start with I'll mess up the spelling. I mean, I'll mess up the pronunciation. But I think
it's Welskopf, how you say it.
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking of. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Wyndham's practice squad. That's just me.
Yeah, but I mean that would be a shock.
Mm-hmm. I think he's
so is your boy from Iowa.
Logan Lee.
Logan Lee.
Yeah, that wouldn't be shocked if they stuff him on the practice squad. Just for year one. Just for year one. Next year he ain't though. Next year he ain't gonna be in the practice squad.
Well, next year I think Ogunjobi's probably gone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They got to put like 15 to 20 pounds on Lee. He's just too small.
Yeah, him and Loudermilk can be some run stuffers, boy, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of coming up that same track that Kiesel did.
Mm-hmm.
Kiesel and I'm thinking about the other one.
Oh,
the other D lineman with the Steelers at that time with Kiesel, like a 6th, 7th round guy.
Where was Aaron Smith drafted?
Aaron Smith, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shannon. Aaron Smith.
Hey, Shannon, I'm just piggybacking off of something you said. I think this Zach Frazier's job to lose at center now. And
I
think now it's if Zach Frazier play, and from what I heard that Herbig wasn't having the best of practices, but they didn't have pads on, so there's not a lot of lead into it.
Yeah.
But I definitely heard that Zach Frazier has caught him as far as one guy having a pole position as far as the other. And Russ and Justin were very comfortable with him playing the center position. So I think that if he solidifies it, two of the rookies going to start this year.
He hasn't caught him. Herbig is not in the same stratosphere with Frazier. If you watched it, they had no running lanes. Frazier comes in. He's blocking, sealing, turning guys, opening up holes. All their successful running plays come behind him or around him or through him. There's no comparison. I know he was going up against second string, some guys, but I'm just telling you, fundamentally speaking, technique, ability, talent, they're not even in the same discussion.
Big facts. Big fact. Quad
father. He said, Big G, you okay? Pronunciation doesn't count. We knew what he was talking about. So
Quad,
go ahead and butcher your name, Big G. The pump your brakes, homies live chat fan. They love you, man. They ain't gonna. But
hey, Quad, he is him. Quad gets the he is him sign tonight.
Quad that GUY for real.
He is.
Hey,
he is him.
But Big G, your boy Rob Lightfoot coming at you. You see what he said? You want to lead by example. Where was your super chat?
Hey, my job is to just stir the streets, Rob. Take a lap. I don't have to do that because I stay ready.
This is Big G right here. When it
comes
to
super, I'm doing what? What's Shannon doing with his hand?
That's what we used to say. Pinching pennies. Big G's pinching pennies.
Yeah. I'll be out there, man. I stay in them streets now. I stay in them streets.
Appreciate
but something that you said a minute ago, Big G, if Herbig's got to watch out. because as we know, Spencer Anderson, who's been a first string with Samalu out, he can play center. He can play anywhere on the line, especially right tackle. But they had McCormick. After Frazier come out today towards the end of practice, they had McCormick snapping the ball. Hey, Herbie better watch out.
Hey, one time for the streets, fella. We're going to take a quick break, our last break, come back and wrap this up and talk about what we think we're going to see in the game on Saturday night and give our score predictions. So if you're watching on YouTube, don't go anywhere. We got about 10, 12 minutes left of this on the last final part. If you listen to audio podcast, we'll have to hear a few final words from our partners and pay some bills. We'll be right back after this. And we're back on the Pump Your Brakes podcast. People watching on YouTube who just watched that little ad break, be sure to go like any and all of those podcasts on the Fans First Sports Network. You already hip to the Steel Curtain Networks. Where we at now is where you see the homies at, the Hangover, Pump Your Break tonight. But give me and Big G a shot on the Know It Alls channel, and check out Big G on the Level Up podcast, talking that college football talk. But fellas, we got another super chat from the governor.
The governor of the Matrix.
The governor is in the building.
What did he say, man?
I don't know, but just because the governor showed up.
Tate, that ain't fair.
Well, no, it's not in a bad way. It's just showing who he is.
Okay. Claude Bishop, thank you for the 10.
Thanks, Claude, for the 10 piece.
Shannon,
you go ahead and read it, Shannon.
Yeah. Shannon got the big fine.
Yeah,
I got it, boy.
I got the fine on that one.
Yes, sir.
He said, Shannon, do you ever get tired of your two co-hosts bragging about a terrible quarterback like Justin Fields? Be honest. LOL. That's a subliminal message that he says, please put me in the Matrix.
Hey.
But hey, Claude, in all honesty, I guess I'm as crazy as they are, and that I think Fields could be part of the Steelers' future, and I'm excited to see if he can become a franchise quarterback. So I guess, we're three peas in a pod because I'm just as crazy as they are.
Shout out to the big homie Shannon.
Big facts. But put Claude back. Put him in there. Put him in there. Just put him back in there. He gets a double up tonight just for that. He gets a two-time. He's a two-time line stepper. Put him back in the matrix. Go on and put him in there right now.
Big G going hard on the homie Claude.
Put him in there. Come on, man. There you go. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. That picture is beautiful. Beautiful.
Hey, so the game Saturday. We practice with them tomorrow. I'm interested to see what comes out of that practice on the south, back on the south side.
Yep.
I don't know. It's kind of mixed together. What we talking about in practice is probably the same thing we want to see in the game, I would think. I guess we talking about, so Justin Fields starts, right?
No way.
I think Wilson starts.
Rusty's starting this game. At least
no, that's what I meant. I meant Wilson. I said Fields, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah.
Claude got me thinking about Justin Fields. But yeah, man. Russ starts. I think he plays probably 2 series.
Yep.
So what do you want to see from Russ?
6 or 7, 100+ yards and a touchdown. No turnovers.
You think they'd throw that much with him in the game?
They threw that much with Justin.
They did. Yeah. He played 3 series.
Yeah.
And I think Russ will equally throw up one of those moon balls.
Yeah. 6 for 7, 100+ yards and a touchdown. That's what I'm going to see.
What do you want to see, Shannon?
I'm hoping the threat of we know that they're going to play if Wilson's starting, they're either going to come out in the 11 or they might come out in 12 and try to dictate. And if like they did against the Texans, they come out and then when they had their big package out there, then they caught them with the big package out there. But of course they fumbled the snap and I think it would have been different.
Mm-hmm.
I think with Herbig not in at center, they shouldn't be in these fumbled snaps. And I think that Wilson will be able to operate and dictate. So I'm about like Big G. I'd like to see a couple series and with one of them ending in a touchdown. I don't care if it's a pass or a rushing touchdown, but I want to see the efficiency and Arthur Smith's offense operating efficiently for the first two series, because that's going to be his first action of the preseason. I'll be happy.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm with both of you guys. I want to see Russ execute. I want to see a cleaner offense than what was Friday night with Justin Fields, because he's a veteran. Get people in the right positions, make the right decisions a little quicker. I want to see Russ. I don't want to see Russ take any sacks.
Facts.
Not a sack. I don't care who playing line. I would never say this off the field, but on the field, get on your Aaron Rodgers. Go ahead and chuck it if you had to.
Mm-hmm.
Third row.
Third row behind it. Third row behind the bench. Put it up there.
You need to show us that you've made that part of your game, Russ.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see Darnell Washington involved in the passing game.
Please. Please.
I'd like to see that.
Shannon been begging for that. He been begging.
I thought for sure with all them crossers and everything they had going that they could have snuck Darnell Washington down the seam one time, let him get up ahead of seam and hit him, and it's gonna be hilarious. I can't wait to see it.
He gonna truck stick somebody.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
What Rob Lightfoot said his last comment?
Where?
Something about 22. Guess it's about Najee.
He saw. Oh, he won a 2-back set.
22 personnel. Okay.
Yeah, he won a 2-back set. He won a 2-back set with Najee and Hey, I want to see, but you know what, Rob? We ain't gonna see that because they ain't trying to show the NFL. Come week 1, you gonna see that.
Thanks, Steeler girl. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
I wasn't even trying to throw a fit together. I just put on my collar Steeler shirt and my hat sitting here. And then getting a haircut tomorrow, just threw the hat on. But thanks a lot. It works.
Yeah.
And thankfully, you're feeling a lot better.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling a lot better. Thank you, sir. Compared to last Wednesday.
Yeah.
What you saying, Big G? I'm sorry.
About you ain't gonna see no. You won't see that. They don't want to show the NFL that yet. But by week 1 in Atlanta, you're gonna see it.
Oh, and speaking of Atlanta, they traded for Matthew Judon today. That makes the task a little bit tougher.
Sure does. For a third. They got Judon for a third.
Yeah, we didn't need him.
Yeah, how far the linebackers have failed. You ain't getting no bread for no linebacker no more. None.
But all right, fellas, score prediction real quick.
21-14 Steelers.
Okay, I like that, Big G. You looking like
that's almost impossible with the preseason games.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be exciting, and I'm gonna say 27-24 Steelers.
I like that. I need the Steelers to score some points.
Yes.
I need to see at least 24. I don't care who it is. Russ, Fields, Kyle Allen, even bring J.R. Plumlee in. We need to get 24 points on the board, what I'm looking for, and just play a cleaner game offensively to allow not get so many negative plays, allow Arthur Smith to call some good series.
Yes.
We can really see, what this offense is going to be.
Stay on schedule.
Stay on schedule.
I'm calling my shot now, too. Pick and score in this preseason game. They're going to force that. They're going to force that bad baby to Pickens.
26-16 Steel Dog. Mr. Woodsie, 2016 Steelers.
Yeah. 23-17, Kevin Brockenborough. Yeah.
Yeah. 23-17, Broken Borough.
Steelers.
24-21 Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, but
I like it all. But fellas,
Quad said 24-23.
Steelers. I need 24 points. I like all those mid 20 scores we got. I need to see 24 because I think the goal is to at least average 23 this year.
Mm-hmm.
As minimum, at least.
Mm-hmm.
Offense completely capable.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Big facts.
And it'll do wonders for the defense. The defense don't give up too much more than 16-17.
Mm-hmm.
Sustained drives will mean fewer possessions for both teams. And so you could keep the score down, but as you say, 23-24 for the Steelers don't win a lot of games.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed. Well, everybody in the live chat, we thank y'all for rocking with us. Before we get completely out of here, go ahead and hit them thumbs up if you haven't already. We at 76 with 150 in the room still. We was up to like 180 in the room. So it's a nice night hanging out with you guys. We definitely appreciate each and every one of you. Trevor,
some big effort.
17-16 Steelers.
Yeah.
Okay.
They gave the effort for the likes tonight, Tate. The effort.
They did give big time effort. Coach Tomlin would be proud.
Absolute effort. I appreciate it. We appreciate it. Effort. You got to give effort.
Ettort, that sign says.
That don't say no effort. Get that up out of here. It's EFFORT. Effort. What is you talking about?
Me and Pate think you got T's in there, but it's okay.
Hey, get the Raven guy out
of here. I told you what next sign wanted you to make, man.
It's on the way, man. Help's on the way. I got like 15 down. No, don't tell them yet. No. I just showed them 3 or 4 new ones, but I got like 15 on the way.
But the one I told you today was a new one for today.
But it's on the list.
Okay.
The kids got the list, man. They doing their work, bro. It's outstanding over here. Everybody gets an A in art. Everybody. A.
Gavin said, Big-G, I'm with Tate. It looks like Ettort.
Get up out of here, Gavin.
Yay. Hey, well, go ahead and put that on the list. A new effort sign on the list.
No way. I'm rolling with the effort. No way. It's beautiful.
Hey, man. So, fellas, we about to get out. Y'all want to plug anything before we get up on out of here?
No. Just like how you said already, Tate. Friday, we'll be back on the Homies and Homies Overtime. Sunday, make sure after chat general, put that know-it-alls in the chat right now. The correct spelling, so in that way they can come over and be part of the know-it-alls family on Sundays. And then I'll be back with the Level Up College Football Podcast, because guess what, y'all? Next Thursday is the kickoff of college football season. And Monday is our last show before they kick that bad baby off. So between know-it-alls on Sunday, Level Up on Monday, and make sure you watch everything on Steel Curtain Network with me, Tate, Shannon, and the rest of the Steel Curtain Network family. We got a lot of shows. We bring content to you every day, and we thank you guys for rocking with us every week.
Definitely so. Shannon, you, bruh?
Just check out Steelers Hangover Monday at 8:30. My buddy, podcast partner Daniel J, should have returned, and again, thank you for filling in Monday, Tate. We had a great show, and everybody enjoyed it. And just come to the Steel Curtain Network for all your Steeler needs. And if you're still following the Pirates and you're dedicated, diehard, and suffering like the rest of us, catch Talk the Plank, because we're still doing those podcasts.
Hey, we're now, not to you, Shannon, but where Claude at? Because Claude, we up about three games on y'all now. You were going and talking just a week ago.
Yeah, they big trash now. It's over. Too bad I couldn't hold them under the 50.
Thanks, Claude, for the great show as usual. We appreciate you, man. You make it great. Y'all make it great.
Absolutely.
And thanks, Luke Cage, for subbing to the Know-It-Alls pod, man. We appreciate it. Check us out Sunday at 6:00, man. You get more of the foolery and shenanigans from Big-G and Mod, because I usually keep it keep it pretty cool most of the time.
Don't you believe it?
All right, fellas, until next Wednesday on the Pump Your Brakes podcast, we out.
Holla.